This is actually going to be my very last Project 10 Pan Roulette update, and initially I was doing this challenge with two other girls, Emily and Laura. I'll link both of their channels down in the description box, but I was finally able to finish off the last couple of products. So what I'm going to do is show you the last couple of products that I finished, and I will put the total amount of how much the product is worth on the screen, and at the very end I'll give you a grand total of how much that I used up for this project. So this one was quite easy to finish off. There was just a little bit left in here. This is just my little mini Clinique Happy perfume, and at the last update I was right at that bottom mark there, and I just had to go down to there. So very little perfume left in here. I had a rollerball in here at the beginning of the project that did break, but I did end up replacing it with two mini baby perfumes, and this was one of them. I like this scent, but I think it's more of a fall scent for me, so I think I'm gonna hold off on repurchasing this. Then, this one was so close at the last update. I just had one application left, and there actually wasn't enough to use it on my legs, so I ended up using this one on my arms, and I had mixed feelings about this. At the very beginning, I absolutely despised it. I hated it. This is the Suave Visible Glow Self-Tanning Body Lotion, and this is the fair to medium skin tone one. And you can see my marks on the back here. I was right down at the very, very bottom right here at the last update. I guess, honestly, my thoughts on this have changed just a slight bit. It's not nearly as bad as I initially thought, especially if you're using it 2 or 3 applications in a row. It actually turns out pretty even and quite nice. It just has a really strong, very intense self-tanner scent that I'm not the biggest fan of, so that's the main reason why I won't be repurchasing this. I'll stick with the Jergens one, but I'm definitely trying to crack down on my lotions this year, so I'm happy to have moved another one out. I had a little eyeliner. This is the Urban Decay eyeliner, the 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in Binge. And I went to sharpen this last time. It looks like there's a little nub right there, and I went to apply it on my eye. But if you look really close, it was actually the wax or whatever they hold the pencil in there with. So I scraped it up against my eye, and it definitely did not feel good. So this one is finally finished, and I'm surprised it got all the way down to there. Usually they don't go down this far. Usually they're about up to here. The pencil will stop right about up here, and then it'll be finished. But I was surprised that this one hung around as long as it did. I felt like this was a little sheer, so I had to either put a black line down and then go over it with the blue. That would help it show up a little bit more, or I would have to run a pass down, let it dry down a bit, and run another line over it. So I was using twice as much product that way. So I'm actually really happy to have moved out all of my Urban Decay eyeliners. This was my last one, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, it was. So then I had a face powder, and I did have to repress this one during the project. This is from TooFaced. I really liked the packaging, but then it started flaking off. It had a gold kind of overlay on the letters there, but this is the TooFaced Amazing Face Skin Balancing Flexible Coverage Foundation Powder, and it had an SPF of 15. This was in the shade Vanilla Creme, and that is what the beautiful shiny pan looks like on the inside. So the last 2 times that I used this, I actually used my beauty blender with it, and that's how I got every last little speck of product out of here. And I really feel like that helped use up all of the product instead of using a brush and trying to jam it into like the edges of the pan. So that was nice. I don't think that you can purchase this anymore, or at least I haven't seen it in stores. I'll have to double check on that, and I'll include it in the description box probably, but really happy to have finally finished this off. It was a really nice shade match for me, so, and it was kind of a thin texture that you could build up, but, you know, I have other powders that I can reach for now. The last product that I was able to finish is the Bare Minerals eyeshadow, and I was actually using this one as a face highlight. Well, I would use it for both. I really enjoyed it as an eyeshadow, but for a face highlight, it was gorgeous. It was kind of this really light champagne-y shade, but it had this slight pink undertone to it. It was gorgeous, but it was in this little square right over here. This was a gold shadow. I scraped this one out because I dropped this and the gold one broke. Thankfully, the mixologist shade over here, this one didn't break, thank goodness. I actually had it break on camera, so that was slightly embarrassing, but it's finished, and honestly, I would consider purchasing this after I go through one or two more of my highlighters, my face highlighters. I would consider purchasing this eyeshadow to use specifically for my face highlight because it was that beautiful. Love this product. I'm not sure if you can purchase this as a single or if you have to buy it as a duo, so I'll have to look into that. After I had finished editing everything and uploaded the video to YouTube, I realized I forgot one of the products, and it was actually the limited edition Baby Lips in the shade Oh Orchid. You can see I was right at that bottom line right there at the last update, and I've completely finished this off. Let me show you really quick. So that is what that looks like finished, and this part that's sticking out here, that is actually the plastic holder that's keeping the lip product in the tube. So I can't get anything else out unless I scraped it out of here, and I really didn't enjoy it that much to scrape it all out. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and add this one to the total. So overall, there were 13 items finished for this project. And technically, I guess it was 12 because I had two mini perfumes that I was counting as one, but let me go through super fast and show you all the other products that were finished up. The first one that was finished off completely was this sample of the Balm Staniac, and you know, I really wasn't a big fan of this. It made my lips numb, so definitely won't be using another one of these. I have the MAC Brow Pencil, and this one was in Stud. And this was one of the ones that you could twist up. It won't twist anymore, but it won't twist back down. So it was very dark. I had the slightest hint of a red tone to it, so I won't be repurchasing it. It was a little too dark to use all throughout my brow, so I would mainly just focus it throughout the tail, but this one was finished pretty early on in the project. I also had the Urban Decay Ozone lip liner, and it was just a little clear stub right here. This was pretty easy to get through, I thought personally, because it could go with anything. You could use it with just a lipstick. You could just use it on its own and then toss like a tinted lip balm or even a gloss over the top of it. So it was easy to work through. I could use it with essentially anything. This one is actually my favorite lip gloss formula in the world. This is the Dior FluidStick in the shade Kiss Me, and that is what the packaging looks like there. I am planning to repurchase this at the next VIB sale, probably in November, but that is what the inside of the container looks like. I popped the stopper out of here too so I could get everything out, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Even the little applicator was really plush and just felt really luxurious on the lips. Love this, love the shade. It was fantastic. I had a MAC Opulash mascara. This one was in Bad Bad Black. It was alright. I really prefer this when it's freshly opened. There was also the Birchbox collaboration with Tati. This is called the LOC One and Done Shadow Stick in On Point, and you can see in there I cleaned every last little drop out of there. I got a little concealer, a little synthetic concealer brush, and scraped everything out from the inside and used it because the color was gorgeous, but they're just too small. Yeah, they're just too small for me to spend money on for the full size. Like the sample size that I got was the full size, and I just went through it too quickly to justify the price. There was another MAC product. This is a MAC lipstick in Syrup. This is just a mauve tone. I scraped a little out just now so I could give you guys a little swatch of this, but I'm just not really into this kind of a mauve color for my lips anymore, so I'm not going to be purchasing this one again, but I'm going to hang on to this because I'm planning to film a video where I go through all of my MAC lipsticks and do like lip swatches and stuff, so I'll hang on to this until then. And then I also had, this was the other perfume that I was using in combination with the Clinique Happy because they're both really teeny sizes. This was the Elizabeth and James Nirvana Black little mini Rollerball. So this one, I think both of these I prefer more in the fall time or winter, so So that was it. That was everything for this project. It was kind of fun pulling out the random items, but I think I'm going to stick to a regular project pan for the next one. I'm planning to jump into one soon. I also am planning to do the Finish Vibe by Fall challenge, so that should be coming up shortly. But anyway, I will pop up the grand total of how much I used up for this project, and that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.